Spirituality as an alternative to atheism. 2. Words for contemplation on spirituality. I continue presenting on my series, A Prelude to a Heavenly Universality of Faith, Peace, and Unification, Spirituality as an Answer to Atheism. Written by Abdel Moumin Ibrahim Ahmed. Introduction. This discourse is grounded in unificationist thought as articulated by Dr. Moumin, and in the explanation of divine law that I presented in my book, United Visions, a scientific spiritual model based on a renewed reading of the Abrahamic scriptures. We are speaking here about a modern unification project with a universal dimension, one that signals the dawn of an era in which heaven opens to earth, accompanied by a multiplicity of spiritual descents. In this time of great spiritual transformation, new ideas will emerge and many spirits will descend. Therefore, it becomes necessary to sift, examine, and test these ideas and spiritual influences in order to distinguish the authentic from the false and to avoid spiritual confusion. In our time, we are approaching a profound existential spiritual truth, one that rivals, and even surpasses, what has been uncovered in the physical world through the natural sciences. The heavens are now opening for a great unifying vision. The unification project is the defining purpose of this age. This explains the emergence of numerous reformist unification movements, all working in the same direction, though from different starting points. Toward the details. In this era, unification will emerge as a central, universal vision through which many of the unresolved issues of human life, including the products of Western modernity, can be addressed. Most modern religious projects will move in this direction. Unification will form the central circle around which modern and postmodern thought will construct its various frameworks that will guide the future of humanity toward the awaited dawn, the dawn of unification and true parenthood. Our God is one, His truth is one, and humanity is one. Upon this foundation, creative consciousness is built, and ethics are formed, laying the groundwork for a new civilization whose signs have already begun to appear in the Far East. An example of this can be found in the works of Dr. Moumin, particularly his exposition of divine principle and his writings on unification thought, which present a form of modern thought imbued with a new scientific spirituality based on the interpretation and rereading of the Abrahamic sacred texts. These ideas have been further presented and elaborated in my book, United Visions, and in many other works. In this new era, an era in which heaven has opened its gates, many spirits descend to earth bearing diverse and powerful ideas that require careful discernment, review, and testing. That which calls to faith, reason, peace, and unity among people is the most complete and worthy. It is remarkable to study religion, philosophy, and science in light of the current spiritual reality, especially in a world dominated by materialistic perspectives. Here, modern spiritual movements emerge, along with theosophy, which neither abolishes religion nor excludes science, but rather transcends both toward a broader vision that religion was more deserving to articulate and understand. New spiritual researchers say that waves of spiritual influence are now flowing onto the earth with the aim of unification and reform, spirits radiating light and illumination, bringing new ideas through which humanity may be reborn on a new existential level. What we present here is not merely a stance of belief against atheism. Rather, it is a transition from unexamined belief to a conscious, tested faith, supported by reason and experience. We affirm that heaven has opened for the descent of a great and profound truth, which we understand as the unification vision called for by Dr. Moumin and Mother Moumin. Alongside this, many other reformist faith movements will arise within different religions, all moving in the same direction. We welcome them all into God's new world on earth. The Holy Quran proclaims this coming reality. By the spiritual winds, sent forth one after another, to earth, which then blow violently in tempestuous gusts, and scatter things far and wide, then separate them, one from another, then spread abroad a message from heaven, whether of justification or of warning. Assuredly, what ye are promised must come to pass. When the stars become dim, and when the heaven is cleft asunder, when the mountains are scattered to the winds, as dust, and when the messengers of God are all appointed and gathered in specific time. For what day are these portents deferred? For the day of sorting out. And what will explain to thee what the day of sorting is out? Ah, woe that day, to the rejecters of truth. Quran 77, 1-15. It also speaks of a revelation that shakes the earth, meaning the hearts and minds of people. When the earth is shaken with final earthquake, and the earth brings forth its burdens, and man says, "What is happening to earth?" On that day it will report its news, because your Lord has revealed to it. Quran 99, 1-5. And it speaks of mediation and gathering, uniting peoples, nations, and traditions. By the racers panting, striking, spirits, sparks of fire, charging at dawn, raising clouds of dust, and mediating in gathering people. Quran 100, 1-5. This is my interpretation of the spiritual meanings of these Quranic texts, which may differ from popular translations. There are many such indications of future events and prophecies whose time of fulfillment has now arrived. All the problems that exist on earth also exist in the spiritual world, which is the harvest of what was sown on earth in the past. Therefore, other types of spiritual influences may appear, of different and even overwhelming natures, sweeping across the world in our time. These must be examined carefully so that they may be utilized, as much as possible, within our Abrahamic, unification-based, faith-centered project, one grounded in peaceful spiritual striving, faith, and upright conduct, with the aim of achieving the highest degree of spiritual realization and closeness to heaven. The human conscience occupies a central position within the governing laws of the universe. We need the spiritual world, and the spiritual world, in turn, needs us. These are universal laws through which the human conscience operates to build righteous conduct and to establish a new universal civilization, a civilization of truly human humanity.